I want to talk about the upcoming fight nights that the UFC has put together for us. So I was looking at these the other day, and I was getting pretty excited, to be honest. I was looking at these, and I was like, all right. And then I was thinking about it more and more, and we'll get to it, but I have some things got some things I want to say. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so this is UFC Paris. It's Tuesday now, so this is happening in a few days. This is on Saturday. I'm hyped for this, bro. This is a great fight night. This card is stacked, bro. Matt Frivola, Charrier, Miranda, good fight. Brian Battle versus whoever this guy is. William Gomez versus Joe Anderson Brito. That's a good fight. Imavov versus Allen. That's a good fight. Brendan Allen is so funny, bro. Moicano versus Saint Denis too. This fight. This is awesome, bro. This is a perfect fight night main event. We see so many like mid fight night main events. I feel like not so many, but a fair amount. And this is a perfect main event. This should be like the gold standard, the standard of main events for fight nights. It's fun. It's a fun fight, and bounce back for Benoit Saint-Denis. I guess I don't know if Moicano really. Maybe you could argue that Moicano maybe deserves something else, but yeah, I really like this fight, and I think Moicano's gonna win. I think he has better hands, and I think he has underrated jiu-jitsu, and I think Benoit is really beatable. Obviously, we saw that against Poirier. I'm not saying Moicano is on the same level or anything, but yeah, Benoit, he just walks forward with no defense, trying to take you down, and Moicano does game plan, a little at least. So yeah, I'm gonna actually pick Moicano. Not that that's what this is about, but yeah, I'm hyped for this. This is a perfect fight night for a crowd. It's gonna be entertaining. I feel like the crowd's gonna like it. Yeah, and the last fight night in Paris was good too. I think I'm pretty sure Whitaker was on it. Yeah, Whitaker was on it, and it was Gane versus who was it? Was it Gane versus Tuivasa? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Gane versus Tuivasa. I'm gonna look fucking stupid if that's wrong, but yeah, I really fuck with this fight night card, and I feel like the UFC doesn't get appropriate praise. So I want to be good job UFC, good job UFC. You have my approval. Because I feel like when people, the only time that the UFC really gets props is either when they don't deserve it, like for the Sphere. Go watch my video about that. Yeah, so I feel like they only get praise if it's undeserved and delusional, or if it's something like UFC 300, where obviously it's a good card, everyone knows that, whatever, it just pointing out the obvious. So yeah, good job. I feel like they don't get enough credit for this low key kind of really entertaining and good events that we get in between the big moments. So I want to see more of this. So yeah. And then obviously after that, 307, Alex Ferreira is going to knock out this plumber who went to Thailand for a while. Bro, Johnny Walker fucking beat this guy, dude. And you're giving him a title shot off a failed drug test. How absurd is that? Anyway, moving on. All right, so then next we're going back to the Apex. And I'm not going to lie, at first I was kind of pissed off at this. Because flyweight main event, boring 4-card main card, which I know they do that a lot at the Apex, but come on. But then the more I think about this, the more I kind of fuck with it. Cause I feel like this is like the perfect Apex card. People complain about the Apex, and rightly so. It's not interesting. It's not like it's not the same. It just kind of they're boring. But I feel like the Apex, I don't think they need to never go back to the Apex like Dana said. I think if they have like maybe one Apex event a month or something, that would be good. Because like the alternative is a week with no fights, which I would prefer an Apex. I don't know about you. As a fight fan, I would prefer an Apex card to no card. So I feel like they could, if they use the Apex to like just get some lower ranked or like ranked flyweight or like ranked WMMA or unranked like prospects, like first sign to the UFC guys, like 10 to show, 10 to win type deal on the prelims, and then a main card with like this main card is perfect, bro. Like Grant Dawson, he's good, but nobody gives a fuck. He's a smudge grappler. And then WMMA, I mean, obviously Polyana Viana. A lot of people are going to be watching that fight very closely. And then this one, as I was thinking about this, like I got kind of like, what the fuck is this? Should be in front of a crowd. Abdul Razak Al Hassan is like, he's entertaining at least. coming off what was it? A no contest against Cody Brundage. Oscar-worthy performance by Cody Brundage, by the way. But yeah, I'm not mad at this because all the rest of these fights are, except for the main event, are going to be like probably pretty boring. Nobody's really going to care. This fight is probably going to be this is going to be probably entertaining, unless it turns into a smudge fest, which I could also see. But Abdul Razak Al Hassan, holy shit. Yeah, it's a good kind of change of pace. I think this is the recipe that they need to follow for a good Apex, or not a good, but like this is what we need at the Apex. Just move the division along. Just get the fights out of the way that we need to, and have a solid main event that's like really meaningful. Like one of my main complaints about 306 was that like it wasn't, the fights were entertaining, but they weren't like, they didn't really mean anything because they were unranked, most of them. Like there were unranked fights on the main fucking card, which is so absurd. So I feel like the place for the kind of fights that maybe won't be as entertaining, but also like need to happen to move the sport along is the Apex. Because I think most hardcore fans will watch the Apex cards and casuals won't. So it's not going to like make casuals hate the sport. It'll give the hardcore fans like the unranked, the like meaningful matchups that they want to see, or maybe not want to, but that need to happen, like to move the sport along. So yeah, I really fuck with this card. I know that might not be a popular opinion, but I'm not mad at Apex events as an idea. I just think the way they do it is a lot of times really stupid. So yeah, let's move on. Oh my god, dude. My god. So we're back at the Apex, and we have fucking Anthony Hernandez versus Michel Pereira at the Apex? This is what I'm talking about. What the fuck is this, dude? What the fuck is this? Michel Pereira needs to always be in front of a crowd. What the fuck are you thinking? He is the only guy in MMA that does backflip KOs and cartwheel kicks. He literally emotes on his opponents, dude. What are you doing? Don't try to... What is this? This is at the Apex. This is in front of fucking nobody. Who is this for? Who is this for? Huh? You could... This is... These guys could fight for a title at middleweight. I think Anthony Hernandez beats a lot of middleweights. I think he's going to beat Michel Pereira. But I think he beats Izzy, too. I would pick him against Izzy. What the fuck is Izzy going to do against him? Anthony Hernandez is fucking good, dude. I think he would choke out Israel Adesanya. Maybe I'll talk about that another day. But Rob Font versus Kyler Phillips. even that, dude, I'm not really that mad at it. Not nearly as mad as Anthony Hernandez versus Michelle Pereira at the Apex. Just fucking absurd. But Rob Font versus Kyler Phillips, yeah, that's a fine co-main, I guess. Yeah, flyweight, Charles Johnson versus whoever this guy is, that's fine. High stand versus Hadley, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is a fine Apex undercard, but the main event, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? This was supposed to be at 306. Was it not? Yeah, this was supposed to be on 306, dude. This is the kind of fights that needed to be on 306. I'm sorry I keep talking about this Sphere card. I know it's over. But come on, dude. This is what we want. This is what I want. These kind of fights on pay-per-view main cards. Anthony Hernandez versus Michelle Pereira. Not at the Apex in front of nobody. Oh my god, dude. This is like, Michelle Pereira might be the most entertaining fighter in the UFC. Unironically. And you're putting him in the Apex. What the fuck, dude? What are you doing? Oh my god. Put this under Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez at the Sphere. If you want to make the greatest sporting event of all time. Alright, I'm sorry I keep talking about UFC 306. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing, guys? Pull yourselves together. Moving on. And then next up, 308, stacked card. I'm hyped for this. Yeah. And then after that, we get this fucking mess of a card. I don't think this is not at the Apex. This is in Canada? Canada? Maybe? Yes? I don't know. I'm going to tentatively say Canada that this is going to be at. I think this is early November. Again, who is this for, dude? And this is not just the main event. This is the whole fucking card. What the fuck is this card? You're going to put this in front of a crowd? First of all, Derek Lewis, he's coming off a knockout in the main event of a fight night. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Why is he not the main event? And why is Elmir Alblasi versus Brandon Moreno the fucking main event in front of a crowd? What the fuck? Put this on the Apex. This is an Apex main event right here. And then put Michelle Pereira versus, maybe not. I think that should be on a pay-per-view. But put something else, dude. Put a different entertaining fight. Something like Anthony Hernandez versus Michelle Pereira would be perfect for this. That's what deserves to be in front of a crowd. And then the other thought I had was, fight nights could be like Derek Lewis. When I was thinking about Derek Lewis, this is what I thought of. We need more guys like Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis, unironically, is like one of my favorite fighters, just because he doesn't give a fuck, and I feel like that sort of fighter has a place in MMA. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people, me included, take like the rankings and the belts and shit like a little too seriously, because at the end of the day, it is just two guys getting in a cage. Two shirtless guys getting in the cage, beating the shit out of each other. So I feel like get some heavyweights that are in decent shape. I mean, maybe not. Look at Derek Lewis. But get some fucking big dudes that are gonna throw down. Fill crowded fight nights with those. That's all a casual wants to see. That's all a casual wants to see is big dudes beating the shit out of each other until one of them falls over. That would be entertaining. It doesn't have to be meaningful if it's a fight night. Like, this is where you put the entertaining fights that don't really matter in the grand scheme of the like sport and the division. This is where you put those. Make Derek Lewis the main event. Put some other like sign some guys that are light heavyweights, maybe even big middleweights that don't give a fuck about the rankings or aren't trying to be like champs or the greatest of all times. Like, get some journeymen that are entertaining, that are, maybe they don't even have to be charismatic, but just make them Make them want to fight. Maybe put some bonuses for like the feature fight, co-main, and or like bonuses for entertaining fights, and make them like, you know, significant bonuses. And yeah, build up some names of big dudes that'll beat the shit out of each other, and not really just wet blanket like the blobs we have now, trying to move up the rankings. Just get dudes that are coming for a paycheck. You need some street beef type matchups for fight nights. That's what that are not at the apex. Let me make that clear. Put the entertaining fights in front of a crowd. It's not that complicated, dude. I don't think it's such a crazy idea that to put entertaining fights in front of on a like fight night that isn't a pay-per-view. Just entertain people, bro. It's fighting. Just make cartoonish like oafs fight each other until one of them gets knocked out. And we won't be left with Aaron Blanchfield co-maining a Brandon Moreno, Amir Al-Blasi fight night in front of a crowd with Derek Lewis in the feature fight. Oh my God, dude. Am I wrong here? I feel like it's not that deep. It's not that difficult. Who is this for? That's the main criticism I have almost all the time about the UFC like events. Who are they for? You should know who they're for before you make the event. This isn't for you, like the same people who you think are going to want to watch Derek Lewis are also not going to want to watch Eric Blanchfield, Marc-Andre Barriou, and fucking Amir Al-Blasi. Like, if you're going to make it, like, make this a casual event. Just go all out with it, dude. We don't need, if it's a fight night, I don't need meaning. I don't need meaningful fights if it's a fight night, as long as they're entertaining. You can pick one or the other for a fight night. You should have both. You should have it balanced for a pay-per-view. Am I crazy? I feel like I am, because I feel like a lot of people, I've never seen people talk about this shit before. Not in the same way that I am seeing. So, yeah, that's about it. UFC fight nights, you know, I've step it up. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.